Hi everyone, it's Dash Dave here again. I'm back for another crafty video. So today I'm going to do something a little bit different because it's not papercraft. I'm going to make some pomanders. Well, I'm going to make some pomanders, and you're going to just sit with me and you know, so we can pass the time of day. Got some exciting things to talk about, so thought I'd do that while we're on. So just while we're here, I'm just going to light my candle, because, well, I need to feel Christmassy. Not that you can feel anything other than Christmassy when you're making pomanders, but just bear with me. Always strike away from you. So light my candle. That's it. Cool. Put that somewhere where it won't set light to the house, Dave. Pop that over there so it won't set light to the house, Dave. Make sure it's not over the wire, Dave. So I don't want to burn through my microphone wire. So now that's all done. So I'm going to have some notes next to me so that I can remember what I want to talk about. So what I'm going to do is make some pomanders. Now I'm going to make some. I might even need to take a layer off. I think I'm a bit warm at the minute. I'll have to put the layer back on again, I'm sure, because it is the end of November. Well, middle to end of November in the UK, and it's about 4 degrees outside, 4 degrees centigrade, which I have no idea how much that is. Alexa, what's the temperature in Fahrenheit today?
At the moment, it's 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
50 degrees.
You can expect a low of 48 degrees.
Between 50 and 48 degrees. Alexa, what's the temperature in centigrade today?
At the moment, it's 10 degrees Celsius.
Oh, it's 10 degrees. So
you can expect a low of 8 degrees.
And down to a low of 8. Anyway, enough of the weather. We're not here for the weather. So I might have to put a layer back on. Anyway, so just go back to what I was doing. So I've never made pomanders with limes, but I thought, you know something, I'm going to give it a go, because they're very Christmassy colours, aren't they? You know, green. The only problem is they've got this little knobbing at the top, and I think I'm going to have to cut that off so that I can tie my ribbon around it. So these are the ones that I made. So this is the first one that I made, and then this one I got a bit more adventurous with, so I've made a bit of a pattern on it. And then this is the one I sat and made last night, so it's got a little round there. And I wish you could smell these. I wish we had smell-o-vision, because this is just amazing. Like, you cannot fail to think, oh, Christmas, when you've got some pomanders. Now I'm just going to find somewhere to hang these so that they don't kind of get squashed. Put that one there. More to the point, they don't roll away. There's a few times when the dog thought I was throwing the ball for him, but it wasn't. It was an orange rolling across the floor last night. So over the course of the last few days I've been making them. Now I bought my cloves, not clothes. I bought them on Amazon, massive bag. When I ordered them, I thought, well, I'll buy 500 grams, and I wasn't. In my head, I couldn't imagine how much 500 grams were. It was about double what this is, so I was like, oh, yeah, I've got quite a few. I'll make a few pomanders then. So I'm going to try making a lime one. So I'm going to cut the end off. There we go, so that we can kind of tie something around it. And we'll pick a ribbon that goes nicely. Maybe this brownish coloured one. So yes, what have I got to tell you? Well, I have been asked to take part in Tracy Fox's December daily, the Advent calendar. So I will be doing a video using Tracy's new kit, which I will link in the description. Using her new kit, which is also available now. So if you buy it now, it's till the end of this month, until the end of November. It's 40% off. and 25% off in the rest of her store, I believe. So that's her store, not mine. So it's available in her store. Sorry, just bear with me while I try and tie a lime. Tie a brown ribbon round an old lime. Sorry. Oh, goodness sake. This is when you have to be in 52 different places at once. And I'm having enough trouble trying to be in one place at once. So she's got a sale on at the moment, just until the end of November 2023. I'm going to sneeze. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I sneezed and I thought I'd better cut it, otherwise you'd have all gone deaf. Especially the way that I sneeze. People have likened it to, breaking the sound barrier, the bang that happens. Anyway, so I'm at the December daily, and it's 40% off on her kit at the moment. The advent calendar can be found on her webpage, which is tracyfoxcreative.co.uk, and I'll link that in the description as well. And there you'll be able to find all of the participants for the event. And like I say, it's myself and Brian on the 22nd of December. Now, we haven't decided whether we're doing a joint thing, like a together joint thing, or whether we're going to do separate videos, but that will happen as and when. So we'll let you know more when we know more. So I'm very excited that I've been asked to participate in that. So and there's lots of other lovely crafters that are all involved, and hopefully you'll catch them and you'll go over and have a look at their stuff as well. But what we all want you to do is we all want you to give our videos a thumbs up. We all ask you to do that. Give a thumbs up, make a comment if you wish, share it and subscribe. So I'm telling you all of that now, for those people just sat there thinking, oh, I'll just sit and watch this strange fella make Pomanders. Now I'm gonna use a piercing tool first, because limes are a bit tougher than oranges, and I don't want to break the stalk pushing it in. They are a bit tougher. This is true indeed. So this is what I did when I made these. I went round the top, poking a hole, putting one in, and that's just to kind of lock the ribbon in place. Don't know what the fragrance will be like with using a lime, but the oranges and cloves are just amazing. I really do wish you could smell what I could smell, but you can't, so you just have to take my word for it. So yes, so that's what I should be taking part in that. So like I say, myself and Brian are on the same day. We haven't decided whether we're doing it as a joint thing or a separate thing. The only reason why we haven't decided is we've just been so busy, so much going on. With Brian's working a lot more hours, although he technically works part-time. He has been working full-time because they're short-staffed and they've got a lot of extra uptake on their services from kids at the moment, so he's been working extra hours. I've been working extra hours because I work, I say extra hours, I've been working all the hours I normally work, which are extra, so I only get paid for 37, but I don't do 37 hours. I'd love to only do 37 hours a week, but I tend to have to go out to alarm call outs and deal with stuff. We've had some issues with our roof at one of our places where the roof has started to rot on its structural beams, and so we've had to have engineers in to have a look at it, and it's just a lot going on at the moment. We're trying to win the lottery so that we can repair the roof. So actually we are in a syndicate, so I don't know whether I've told you, but I'm in a syndicate at work. So there are 17 of us in the syndicate, so 17 paying individuals in the syndicate at work, and we have an 18th member of the syndicate, and that is the building. So, and we've got it written into our syndicate that if we won the jackpot, that all participants that wanted to leave would have to give their full notice and do a full handover before they left. So we don't leave the building, especially with 18 of us leaving. If we all left at the same time, it'd be dire straits for the organisation. So, and we have to agree. If you're going to be a participant in the thing, you have to agree that the building is a silent partner. So that will get a cut of the winnings. I think I'm going to sneeze again. Sorry about that. Hopefully I have cut the sneezing out. Otherwise I've deafened some people around the globe. I've probably deafened you anyway, because you probably hear me without the video. You think, was that a sonic boom, or was that Dave sneezing in the UK? So there we go. Anyway, so I can't really remember. Yeah, so I'm part of this syndicate at work. So we're holding out for a big win. The lottery has been taunting us because there are 17 members at the moment. We have been playing it every Friday on the Euro Millions, and so far we've won. I think we've won some money like 90% of the time. I mean, when I say some money, I mean like we're talking about £2.50 or £5 here and there. Nothing any of us. I think we've worked out that if we shared out what our cumulative total is, we'd get about £1.25, which isn't going to. It's not even going to buy you a bus ticket home. So, not that you'd be buying a bus ticket home if you won the lottery. I don't think. I think you'd probably be buying a helicopter home, maybe. So, although there'd be nowhere to land it. But yeah, that's the way that we've decided to go with with trying to get money for the building. So, play the lottery. I mean, nobody's really expecting to win, but if you don't believe it, you'll never achieve it. So you've got to believe to achieve on all of those same old idioms. Are they called idioms or idiots? Well, one of the two. This lime is very juicy. That's the other difference between between a lime and an orange, is they're very juicy. In fact, I might just be back in a moment. I think I'm going to move on to an orange. I'm going to do that off camera. It's so leaky, it's getting me all sticky. So I'm going to move on to an orange. We'll do a smaller one. Should we do an orange with an orange? No. We'll do an orange with green. Yeah, so just to let you know as well, the next few videos will be basically, well, not all of them, but most of them will be kind of centered around the Christmassy things now. I needs to be the other way up, Dave, otherwise it'll try and swing back round. That way up. Egg shaped, it's a bit heavier at the top than the bottom, so I'm going to be doing Christmassy things. So I'm going to be making some Christmas decorations, be doing things with the kits. I've got it's 2 kits to show you. I've got Boca and Christmas Carol, and then that'll be all the kits released. Well, they're already released, but that'll be all the kits like shown to you. And then I'm going to do a few videos with making some of those. And I'd like to kind of put together a bit of a Christmas journal, but I'm not a big Christmas journal-y type person. The reason why is because I have to film so many videos. I do 3 videos a week, and I can't have all the videos of the same thing because I'll lose viewers. So I have to do a variety, and then I just literally do, unless I'm doing it on camera, I've rarely got actual time for me outside of this to do anything else. So that's a little bit slack. That I'm not happy with that. So I'm going to have to tie it again. I could put a pin in it and help myself, but I'm not going to. I'm going to struggle and make you watch. So, and I know there's a fantastic way to tie bows and get the bow looking like brilliant and perfect, and I just can't do it. So I do it like this, and I get what I get. So, and at the end of the day, it's mine. So I don't care. And if I give it to you as a gift, you'll be grateful that I've handmade it. Well, you might say, "Oh, it's lovely, but you can't tie a bow." And then you know what? It won't matter because I gave it to you and you'll be grateful. So, or I'll make you grateful, or I'll make you sorry. So one thing I didn't do to the line, which I should have done, is put another little bit of this on. Just hocking it under both of those. I want to get it under both. Just so not pushing it through the sharp object is not the ideal thing to do, but I should be able to get somewhere with it. Yep, there we go. And we'll just tie it into a loop, and then people can decide how they want to hang it. So I haven't decided whether I'm giving these away or whether I'm keeping them for myself. I think I'm going to give one to Vic. He likes very traditional colours and decorations and things, so it'll help make his house smell nice. So sorry, just trying to balance that out. I'm also struggling to breathe at the moment. I've got a very stuffed up nose. I think I'm coming down with something, the joy of joys. So yeah, much easier to do in an orange because they yield a bit. They're not quite as juicy as well like a lime is. And so it doesn't get quite so messy. Although I will promise. Don't promise that you won't get it in your eye. Squeeze it in. I mean, if you wear glasses like I do, you're kind of a bit protected. But be warned, you might have a squirt of orange in your eye. That's just the navel end, so it might be a bit tougher. So yeah, so I'm kind of feeling very festive at the moment. I really don't know why. I've been watching some Christmas movies. I've watched all the cheesy made-for-TV Christmas movies. Today I watched Falling for Christmas. I think it's got Lindsay Lohan in. And what's his name? Chard? Oh no, Chard would mean he'd burnt. He'd been burnt. What's his name? I can't remember. Chard, I think his name is. No, I'm trying to see in my history. Well, oh, that's his name. Oh, Chard Overstreet. He was in Glee. So anyway, it's got him in as well. So it's a cheesy, romantic, Christmassy thing, but kind of puts you in the festive mood. It's Christmas all the way through, and like some some Christmas movies, it's kind of different seasons, and then it builds up to Christmas. But oh, by the way, when I'm searching on here, I'm looking for the ones with the bud on the end, because I like those to like line my ribbon, and then I don't mind using the other ones down the middle. I mean, when you push them in, they kind of squash the bud anyway. But I'm a budding pomander maker. Ha 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 ha. Okay, I thought it was funny. So yeah, that's what I did today. The things that you do, to get yourself in the mood. I watched another thing. Watched it on Apple TV. Just realised I haven't watched the latest episode of Lessons in Chemistry. I really love that series. That's on Apple TV. No, what's the one? It's basically another remake of a take on A Christmas Carol. I can't remember what it was, but I thought it was really funny. I enjoyed it. Watched it all the way through. Can't remember what it is. It's a fairly new movie. I'm enjoying watching Apple TV at the moment because it's got For All Mankind, which is another series that I watch on a new season of that, and there's kind of lost my way with the morning show. I've got a couple of seasons to watch. I think there's the newest season and the season before, but I did quite like the first season. And what else is there? Oh, Foundation. So that's Apple TV is keeping me going at the moment. But I don't watch a lot of TV. I tend to be doing something when I'm watching TV. Usually prototyping stuff. So I'll be making pomanders like I have been for the last few days. I was very excited about making these. When I ordered the stuff, I couldn't wait for it to come. I mean, you don't have to wait a long time when you're ordering from Amazon, but I had to go and get some oranges then. The first shop I went to, they were out of oranges. I was like, no, I'm being scuppered. The first hurdle, but no, I was alright. Went to another shop and they'd got some. So I was alright. We can make pomanders. So I'm going to have a full-on pomander fest in my house. Over the Christmas period. If you don't like the smell of pomanders or cloves or oranges, you've kind of had it, really. So just don't come round, that's the answer. I was a bit shocked, actually. My boss at work, I was saying about making pomanders. There were lots of people that didn't know anything, didn't know what they were. Like, I sort of been making pomanders. Are you making what? And I was a bit shocked that they didn't know what they were. And then I was also a bit shocked that my boss doesn't like the smell of cloves. So, can't say cloves. And I don't think there's anything more Christmassy smelling than cloves. I think it's because of pomanders, isn't it? That's made that a Christmas thing. But I remember making these as a child. We used to use a pin to push it in because, when you're a kid, it's a bit tougher. But as an adult, you can kind of squeeze it in. They're quite sharp. They've got like a little, I don't know if you see that. It's got like a little, like, it's the bit, the cup that holds it, and that's quite sharp. When pushing it in, it's quite sharp. So yeah, we used to use a pin to make a hole and then push it in. But as an adult, I don't need to. I don't really need supervision, but you know, you're here just in case. You know, if in case I impale myself on a clove. Well, you won't have seen it really. If I've impaled myself on a clove, I won't have been able to upload this, so you won't see it. So if you're not watching this, something happened. But if you are watching this, I'm fine. So, or I'm fine now. Do do do. So, oh yes. A few weeks ago, I did a two-parter thing. I can't remember what my two-parter was about. I was finishing something off. Go away, Chord. I know you're very easy on the eye, but like, you know, what was it I was doing? What was my two-parter? And I did a kind of a tongue-in-cheek catch-up at the beginning of it. Part two. Oh, it was the envelope folio, and I did on part two. I did a tongue-in-cheek kind of homage to all of those American TV programs I watched, where it says previously on. And I did that at the beginning, and I think only a couple of you commented on it. But I was having absolute hysterics about it. So I was really guffawing all the way through editing it. I was like, can I really do this? People think I've gone nuts, or to think people really think I'm taking myself too seriously. And I think a couple of you got it. I'm not sure whether everybody got it. So, but yeah, it was tongue in cheek. I wasn't being too serious. So, because they always have that kind of very dramatic previously on. Sorry, and sorry for the terrible American accent, but you know, it's no worse than every British accent I've ever heard in the movies. So, you know, I really don't think people should try to do other people's accents, especially in the movies. You know, just cast if the person hasn't got the right accent, cast them with a different, you know, with a different background. Lived in England for the last 15 years, but grew up in America or something like that, rather than giving such a bad, terrible accent. Almost Dick Van Dyke. If you've ever seen Mary Poppins and the way Dick Van Dyke talks, I tell you now that it's not the way that any British person, B, Cockney, ever spoke. So it would possibly be referred to as cultural misappropriation these days. So, but things were different then. Oh, snappy snap. Oh, that was got a bit of a spray from that piercing. That kind of, it touched my face. Didn't go on my eye, luckily. So I guess some people would be thinking, what a waste of fruit. But you know, I do like oranges, and I'll eat some oranges, but I'm not going to eat these with cloves stuck in them. Did other people have this? So when I was growing up, if I had toothache, my mum would put clove oil on a piece of cotton wool, and that would like put that on my tooth. Apparently it's good for like numbing pain. I don't know, I can't really remember whether it was any good at numbing pain. But the other thing that used to work was some brandy or some rum, but like that's another story. Alcoholism at the age of 5. I didn't get alcoholism at the age of 5, but there was the potential. Oh no, that's completely broken. If I can push that bit in. No, too short now. But yeah, it's kind of quite medicinal sort of flavour, isn't it? I mean, it's nice in... Oh, these are all breaking. It's probably a bit tough. I think it's because it's got a bit of scarring on it. It makes the skin a bit tougher. Oh, there we go, cut it in. It is much tougher on that bit there. I haven't decided what I'm going to do pattern-wise on this one. I don't even know whether I'm going to do it all on camera or I'm just going to do this. But, you know, I'm trying to inspire you to have a bit more of a natural Christmas. Because let's face it, you know, how much stuff do we buy at Christmas that just ends up in landfill? And we can't just keep throwing stuff away. I work for an environmental charity. Trust me, we can't keep throwing stuff away. We need to be, you know, we're junk journalers. Well, a lot of us are, not all of us. I've realised I've got some new subscribers that aren't. But, you know, we'll get our hands on you and we'll turn you into junk journalers, whether you like it or not, kicking and screaming. But we're junk journalers at heart, and we really should be thinking of it as ways to not make and buy and get manufacturers to produce more and more, but use what we have, he says. You know, there's lots of beautiful things that we can make wonderful decorations out of and journals out of, and yet we just keep buying more and more and more and more and more. It's the consumerism, you know, that some countries aren't as consumer orientated. In fact, the UK never used to be quite so consumer orientated. I know in America it's quite a norm to be very consumer driven, but here it's the influence of wanting to be like everybody else that's driven our consumerism. So I have to get a few more out because I think I'm running out of ones with buds. Although having said that, I've literally looked over here and there's a few. The only reason why I've got it on this pink tray is simply because it makes it easier. I can kind of tip it to one corner and tip it back in the thing. There's a box here. This box is all of the ones that have come off the tray that are mostly ones without heads. So, but like I say, I can use them. I just like using the headed ones down either side. And you've got to bear in mind that, you know, you'll crush it and squash them and they'll break off and that sort of thing. It's a very big one, that one. Another big one. But, you know, they don't completely squash away the first time you press them in. It's when they kind of get bashed around and they completely fall apart. Another giant one. I think that was quite a giant one actually as well. Another one. Must have come from a different tray. I don't know where they grow. It's obviously a tropical country because they are imported. But I wonder what they're like fresh. You know, off the tree. I wonder what the tree is like. Does the tree smell quite so heady, or is it the drying process that makes them smell? Mic wasn't on. Hopefully you could still hear me. So yeah, don't know. Maybe they don't smell anything like it. I think they're buds. I think they're flat. I don't know whether they're buds or whether this is the start of the fruit. I don't know. Perhaps I should look that up, Dave. Maybe I should. Shall I do it now? No. Now is not the time. So yeah, I'm going to do some Christmassy, very easy Christmassy makes. I'm not going to get too complicated. I want you to have a traditional Christmas that's easy to do, not something that makes you feel like you're out of your league. So, oh, here comes Worcester. Come to say hello, darling. Hello, darling. Gonna say hello? No, he doesn't. He's decided he's not going to speak. In fact, he doesn't actually speak. He just comes and goes. Oh, you're right, darling. Good boy. Go and lie down, or go and have some water or something. Dad will come and give you a fuss later on the sofa. He's going downstairs now. He's getting old now, Worcester. He's very slow when I take him out now. I mean, we've had a couple of accidents where he's not been able to hold his bladder by the time we come home, but you know, we're okay. Finally managed to get the smell out of the rug. So, but you know, it's not his fault, and he certainly isn't blamed for it. So, right, now I can use anything because I'm filling the middles. So I might just do a row down the middle of this one, obviously on all sides. Try and press these a bit closer together. Now I want the ones without the heads on, and can I find them? No. Isn't that always the way? The ones that you're looking for, you can never find what you're looking for. Yeah, like that. So yeah, he's just getting just generally old. You know, when you've got animals and you can tell that they're not as chipper as they once were. He grumbles a lot more than he used to. Things must hurt. You know, they hurt me, to be fair. I've got achy knees and joints and fingers, and he's technically older than me. So technically, when I say technically, I mean he's older than me in dog years. I'm just older than him in human years. But yeah, so it must hurt. Hurts me getting up in the morning. That one's very sharp. Look at the indent it left in my finger. So you can do all sorts of different patterns on these. And just you can do what you like, actually. So when I was little, we always used to just make them so they were just like solid, so they were completely covered, like very like that, but on all sides. But you know, you can make them however you like. So you can be a bit, you know, if you're really good at patterns and that sort of thing. You know, if you're good at drawing, you draw something on and follow it. So I guess you creative pumpkin carvers would probably be in your element here. So, except they're not pumpkins. So I don't really follow Halloween, but I really love Christmas. So it's not a big thing, Halloween in the UK. Things are so different here. You know, our traditions and things, with stuff that we eat at different times of the year as well, and our, you know, like somebody said to me quite recently, do we do Thanksgiving? And we don't do it here. Oh, I want ones with no, there you go, no flower bud on it. And like I say, I think it's a flower bud. I don't know, don't quote me. If you know better, tell me. If you know nothing, tell me that too. Nope, didn't want to go in. Nope, didn't want to go in at all. So yes, preparation for Christmas. Been making Christmas decorations, making pomanders, as we can see here, as demonstrated. And I've purchased most of my Christmas presents. A couple of things that I'm waiting for. I'm waiting to see if they're going to go down in the Black Friday sale. That's another thing. There's never a thing here, Black Friday, because Black Friday is the first day after, first shopping day after Thanksgiving, and of course we don't have Thanksgiving, so therefore we never used to have Black Friday. But we've seemed to have, the Black Friday sale seems to have become a thing over here. So I'm looking to see if any of the things that I want to buy are going to go down in the Black Friday sale. But if not, I'll be full on buying thereon after. I'm not going to leave it too late. I never do. Try to be as organised as I possibly can. Having worked in retail, I know that nobody wants you to be leaving it last minute. You don't want to leave it last minute because it'll be sold out. The shop staff don't want you to be leaving it last minute because you'll be blaming them for it selling out. And the gift receiver doesn't want you to leave it last minute, so they get something they wanted rather than something that you found in the local garage. So, a garage. I don't think that translates, does it? A garage here is a place where you put your vehicle overnight, but it's also, that's attached to your house, but it's also like a fuel station. So, flowers from the fuel station are never going to be very good. Presents from the fuel station are never going to be very good. You'd be lucky if the chocolate's in date. I'm not speaking disparagingly of those people that have fuel stations, and if you do have one and you beg to differ, then tell me so. So I've got some ideas. I've already bought some stuff as well, stuff that I wasn't worried about whether it was going to be in the sale or not. Some of the stuff is I can't tell you what it is, because if the recipient watches my channel, then they'll know what it is. Or if I said what it was without saying who the recipient is, they could probably guess that it was going to be for them. So I won't say what it is, but there are some things from some places that don't really do much in the way of Black Friday. So, and when they do anything, if they do have a reduction, it's not a very big reduction, so it wasn't something I was worried about particularly. So I've decided to buy certain things. I'm going to have to come back in a minute. Worcester's whistling at me. Just bear with me for a moment. Apologies for the stopping and starting of this video. So Worcester was telling me that there was a dog outside. Somebody was stood outside the house with a dog. How dare they? Sorry, I've just walked up the stairs and I'm out of breath. Yes, so he wasn't happy. He wanted to tell me he wasn't happy about it. I think he wanted to tell them that he wasn't happy about it, but we decided against it. Everybody wants Worcester shouting out the window at them at this time of night. So there we go. So I think I'm going to leave it at that. I know it's slightly wider here than it is here, but it's just different, isn't it? It's homemade. It's going to be different. So yeah, so there we go. That's another one that I've made. So like I tell you now, my house is completely filled with pomanders. Let's see if we can go back to this and see if I can continue doing this one. See if we can get these in. I do think I need to pierce the hole first. Oh, I think I did that one now. So I need to hold this in one hand. So I need to go pierce hole. Oh, right in my face. In the hole. Pierce. Brosnan. No. Poke. Not Pierce Brosnan. Pierce. Poke. Pierce and poke. You heard it here first. That's the technique for making pomanders, is pierce and poke. Pierce. Poke. Oh, there you go. It's going better now. I'm in the rhythm. This is the rhythm of the night. Oh no, maybe not. Maybe if I try and get it in the hole you've actually made, Dave, that would be easier. And it helps if some of them have got a blunt end and some of them have got a pokey. Oh, don't go in my mouth. Some of them have got a. Oh, that's completely crushed that, trying to get it in. Some, like I say, some of them are quite pointy on the end and some of them are quite flat. So you need the pointy ones to go in. I just want to get this one done because I want to know what this is going to be like, because I haven't done one with a lime before, and I've never seen one with a lime. Maybe there's a reason you don't usually use a lime. Maybe it smells horrible. I don't know. Well, I'll be able to tell you. You won't know because you won't be here. I don't want that one in there now. It's lost its head. I want to put that one in. Now we've got a massive hole for it to go in. We'll do that. I think I've just made a hole. I did make a hole there. Will I get two in there? Yeah, we'll do. So I'll go for that one. It's a bit smaller. I think this is what's making me sneeze. The combination of lime and clove for some reason. Because I can feel my nose irritating a little now. So you can't go down the row and make lots of holes because you don't know how wide the flower head is of the one that you're going to pick up. So you kind of have to do it progressively. But they're very juicy. The ribbon on this is completely saturated with lime juice. So this is not to give away, this one. This is an experiment, really. I guess you could do it with lemons. I don't know. Don't have any lemons, can't tell you. Don't really like lemons. Don't like the flavour as much as I like the flavour of limes. I love lime flavour, anything. Except for cordial. I don't like lime cordial, but although lots of you around the world don't necessarily know what a cordial is. But I don't really like lime cordial, but I do generally like lime flavour. I'll squash the head off a couple of things now, but never mind. We'll just keep going, Dave. Don't replace, just keep going. I think I'm only going to get one in there, so I'll do one. Find a decent size one. There we go. I'll do these two sides and then we'll call it a day. So, yeah, so what have you got planned for Christmas? Do you know what your Christmas plans are? Do you know what's happening? Who's going where? Are they coming to you? Are you going to them? Are you seeing the in-laws or the outlaws or the lawless? What do you do? What are your Christmas traditions? Well, sorry, I keep having to go because Worcester keeps wanting me. Because he's had a bit of a bad time of late. I keep feeling like I need to go to his side. I'm like a worried parent now. So, yeah. Do you have any Christmas traditions that are different and unique? I mean, like Christmas traditions. Hopefully, you're making your own as well, because they might be traditions that go back to yesteryear. But you should also have your own traditions that become part of the new upcoming years. Look how drippy this is. So, I'm just thinking, did I press start again? I did press start again. Good grief. It's going to be one of them days today. I think it's because I keep getting disturbed. So yes, we have different traditions and things. So like, you know, there's things that I've got a lot of traditions because I come from quite a big, loving family who, you know, really made Christmas their own. Whereas the boys, and when I say the boys, I mean Vic and Brian, don't tend to have so many because they weren't really, you know, into Christmas. I mean, like, you know, there are Christmas traditions that Vic has brought with him because he's Hungarian, and so there are things that he does that we're trying to incorporate into our Christmas. But Brian didn't really have any because neither of them really liked Christmas prior to meeting me. But I'm full on Christmas. I am the celebrator of Christmas, the cheerleader of Christmas. So you don't get a choice basically when you know me. It's, you know, you've got to be full on Christmas or forget it. So, but like I say, you know, there's Brian didn't really bring any, but like we've created some with Brian. So like, you know, he'll always make a Yorkshire pudding on Christmas Day. If you don't know what a Yorkshire pudding is, look it up. It's a savoury. It's made with the same mix as you would make a crepe with, what we would know as a pancake, but they're not like pancakes that you get in America. So it's made with the same stuff, except for it rises in the oven. So it becomes this like this huge thing, like a magic porridge pot. It gets ever bigger. So Brian makes one of them every year, and he makes his roast potatoes, which are amazing. And Vic makes his cabbage, his sweet honey sweetened red cabbage that's like kind of sauteed and just absolutely delicious and melt in your mouth. And but he also makes a Christmas ham. So, but yeah, it's Christmas traditions. I tend to make all the Christmas decorations. I make a trifle every year as well. So we get sloshed. We have drinks, play games. Yeah, just generally have a good old time of it. Just enjoy being in each other's company. But of course, Vic works, so on Christmas Day, so because he works in hospitality, so you guys that always want to go out and eat on Christmas Day, he's one of the people that has to be there so that you can. So, this is not going well. I'm getting very juicy leaky going on here. There's definitely a hole there, but I can't get the thing to go in. Try with the pointier end. There we go. That's gone in. Oh, nearly done. Oh no, got this side to do. Nearly not done. So there might have been some fast forwarding going on here, so that you don't have to have the pain of watching me create this. But at least we'll be able to see what this looks like when it's created, and I can tell you now, it's nowhere near as much fun as making it with an orange. So I'll let you decide whether you want to do it or not. And definitely buy these in bulk. They don't have to be food safe. These the cloves, because you're not going to be eating the pomander after all. The ones that you buy in the supermarket will be a lot more expensive than buying them bulk. So, and because you're not buying food grade, you know, it doesn't matter if a cow has stepped on it before it got shipped out over. You're not planning to eat it, so just keep them separately from the ones you're going to eat, if you are going to eat them, of course, that is. And if you're not going to eat them, then it doesn't matter anyway, does it? So yeah, very, very juicy, folks, the limey ones. So very sticky as well. So whereas the orange I was able to make and not get sticky fingers, the lime ones, it's not the same. So there we go. So that's the lime one. That is absolutely soaking the the ribbon on that. But that's the lime one. That's a bit crushed in places because you have to press so hard. But there we go. That's what the lime one looks like. So there we go. So that's Pomanders made. I will try and separate the. Oh, all the big ones got lime juice all over them. Try and separate the juice from these, and then they should all go. Put them back in a thing. I can't actually do anything with my hands, so I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to lick them or anything. So that's it for today. So thank you very much for joining me. A bit of a different video. Don't forget to check out the December daily stuff. So the links will all be in the description. Obviously it doesn't start until December, and there'll be a daily somebody new doing something with the kits. So the Love Junk journals, sorry, try again. Making stuff with Tracy's Love Junk journal kit, her new Christmas kit. If you see this before the end of November, it's currently got 40% off, and if it's after then it'll, it won't be. So anyway, thanks very much, folks. Thanks for watching. Don't forget you can catch me on that Christmas Advent on day 22, so December the 22nd. But hopefully I'll see you before then. Don't forget, my name is Dasher Dave, and I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to, and go and make some Pomanders and make the house smell amazing. All right, folks, take care. Lots of love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Lots of hugs. Take care, folks. See you then. Bye.